when I was a young girl, like 14, I dreamt of meeting Whitney Houston. That was my dream, meeting her, working with her something, you know. And so that was the moment that they captured. That was my first time meeting her. And I don't know what made me run away from her like that, but
I don't blame you.
But it was surreal. I couldn't believe it. She just made me feel like I was just, she knew me my whole life.
Now that Clive Davis is RIP'd, people are aggressively demanding that celebrities finally stand up and reveal the absolute, unfiltered truth about what he did. And they are like, the boogeyman is out of the room, so y'all can start talking now. People want the full story on how he allegedly controlled and sabotaged artists. And they are bringing up things like how Kelly Clarkson tried to warn us all the way back in 2013 when she publicly called him out for being a troll and lying in his memoir. Guys are pointing out that Clive was a major mentor to Sean Diddy Combs, and look at how that turned out. But more aggressively, literally everyone is screaming at Brandy to finally spill the tea about Whitney Houston.
That was the last time I saw her. I didn't get a chance to perform at the Clive party for the Grammys because I was devastated.
Yes.
I was devastated. I didn't understand. I couldn't believe it. It was just, I was in shock. So I wasn't able to do anything. I just wanted to drink wine.
Well, allegedly, guess what? She actually might spill the tea, y'all. Sources are reporting that Brandy has been sitting on some explosive tea for over a decade, simply because she was terrified of what a gatekeeper as powerful as Clive could do to her career if she revealed what he did to her mentor, Whitney Houston. But now that both Whitney and Clive are gone, apparently, she has absolutely nothing left to lose and is ready to spill everything. 'Cause if there's one person Whitney confided in, it was Brandy.
Brandy and I have a sometimes it's big sister, little sister.
Right.
Sometimes it's a mother to daughter. Sometimes it's sister to sister.
Right.
You know, it varies on different levels. It's according to what we're talking about, what we're dealing with on that particular day.
Okay, y'all know that before Whitney died, she slipped Brandy a note when she crashed an E-interview with Brandy, Monica, and Clive Davis. And to this date, a lot of people believe that Whitney might have given the note to Brandy in front of the cameras, on purpose. Like, in case something happened to her. Actually, once she passed the note, she kept giving Monica and Clive attention, so that Brandy had enough time to read it. I mean, it never made sense that Whitney Houston interrupted a recorded interview just to say hi, while she was wet yet fully clothed, to just pass a note to Brandy and kiss her. And if you listen carefully, you'll hear her say, "I nearly drowned today." Baby, what are the chances that she was found in a bathtub shortly after saying that? Clearly, whatever she passed to Brandy was important and urgent, and for her to do it in front of Clive, guys are convinced to date that the note was about Clive, even though Brandy refused to confirm the allegations. But here's the thing we know about Brandy. She talks about everything good. When it's bad, she won't talk about it. And that can only mean that that note was bad, and her face said it all when Whitney gave it to her. Anyway, literally not long after that suspicious interaction, Whitney was found unconscious in a bathtub. And according to what Brandy said, she was in her room getting ready. But the strange thing is, right before she started getting ready, there was this guy, a paramedics guy in the hallway, in the elevator, and he was like, hurry up, she's not breathing." Then later on, she found out they were talking about Whitney, and she said that her mom called her when all the chaos was still going on and told her Whitney had passed. However, something that we can all agree on is that the circumstances that led to Whitney's death were just sus. According to reports, Whitney's death was due to accidental drowning in a bathtub, and toxicology results revealed a small amount of Coca-Cola in Whitney's body. Apparently, there were also traces of weed, Xanax, and other substances in her system. So, it was very possible that Whitney possibly had a heart attack that may have been triggered by hardening of the arteries that caused her to lose consciousness and drown. See, that was the official story. But later on, people found out that the coroner did not find any evidence of a cardiac episode or event. He only noted that she had mild heart disease and some blockage of an artery, like a lot of smokers do. So the idea that she fell into the tub as a result of a heart attack was at least not established by the autopsy report. Same with the Coca-Cola issue. It seems she used some, but not a whole lot, so it could not have caused her death. So the question comes back to, what caused her to become submerged in that tub of scalding water to the point that she could not get herself out? Also, something else that came up after Whitney's death was that there wasn't enough water in her lungs to prove that she died from drowning, which makes it very likely that someone placed her in the bathtub and she did not pass out while she was in it. Actually, it's possible that the person who placed her in the bathtub did not enter the suite around the time of her death. The person could have been in the suite the whole time, from earlier, and never left at all. In the commotion of them finding finding Whitney in distress, a suspicious person could have just appeared from inside the suite and nobody would have noticed a thing. And it has also never made sense why Whitney had bruises on her arms, legs, and shoulders. I'm pretty sure people don't get such from accidental drowning. Basically, nobody believes that Whitney's death was an accident, and fans have always suspected that Brandy is one of the people who knows what happened, but could never reveal the truth because she's naturally scared for her life as well. And y'all know who people connect to Whitney's death, right? Yep, Clive Davis. And now that he's gone, there's absolutely no reason for Brandy to be scared. Well, people have also always said that other than fearing Clive, Brandy refuses to tell the truth about what really happened to Whitney because her brother Ray J may have been involved. See, Ray J was the last person to have a public relationship with Whitney, but they were really not steady, and they never admitted that they were an item. Now, on the day Whitney died, Ray J said he was not at the party, but there have been several accounts claiming that he lied about not being around. In fact, one of the accounts from people who were there was that Brandy was asking for her brother at the party. So why would she be asking for him if he was not there in the first place?
She's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the drug dealer in that gave her the shot.
Then there's how Ray avoided talking about Whitney after her death. But 5 years after she passed on, he said he still felt guilty about what happened while speaking to Stacey Francis on Celebrity Big Brother. At the time, Ray also said that although several media outlets offered him millions to reveal secrets of Whitney's death, he turned down every single proposal. He was like, "I had so many people calling me offering millions of dollars to have an interview. I was like, I don't need the money. It's not good money. That's just not right. My karma would be bad." However, people have always said that the real reason he refused to do the interviews is because he knows what really happened to Whitney and would probably be caught in a lie. And get this, Leola Brown, the sister of Whitney's ex-husband Bobby Brown, said shortly after Whitney's death that Ray J had been helping Whitney get access to whatever she was addicted to. In fact, Leola Brown believes that Ray J was involved in Whitney's death, and she actually blames him for what happened.
When I first heard she passed away, I said, my God, somebody gave her a bad bag.
Cocaine.
Yes, I promise you, that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. And then I saw Ray J, and it all added up.
Other than this, at the Billboard Awards, where Whitney's daughter Bobby Christina accepted an award on her behalf, the Houston family was reportedly displeased with Ray J's presence and attempted to have him arrested. I mean, if they wanted him arrested, it's probably because they thought he played a part in Whitney's death, right? Also, it's not like Ray J has done much to get the heat off him, because not so long ago he went on a rant after someone called him out for his alleged involvement with Whitney's death. He was talking about how he's had enough, and how people have been sending him threats and trying to manipulate him, thinking they could just pay him to keep his mouth shut. He said that if anything happened to him, so be it, because the truth mattered more in the long run, and also insisted he no longer wanted the money. Like, he just confessed that he was receiving hush money in relation to Whitney's death. So, I honestly see why people say that Brandy avoids talking about Whitney, because it may implicate her brother. Who was paying him, though? Was it Clive Davis? Word is, now that Clive is out of the picture, people are speculating that Brandy might finally spill the tea, expose how Clive allegedly manipulated Ray J, and blow the lid wide open on what really happened to Whitney. Allegedly, what Brandy is actually gearing up to reveal isn't just about Whitney's tragic passing on its own, but it's also about the messy, alleged relationship between Ray J and Clive in relation to Whitney's death. Guys, this means that we may finally know the truth about what Clive allegedly did to Whitney Houston. But meanwhile, let me know whether you also believe the reason Brandy kept quiet had something to do with Ray J in the comments section below.